Mic test 1, 2, 3. All of you all, how are you all doing? Yeah. Welcome to tonight's stream, where we'll be listening to and I'll be reading ghost stories. Since none of you guys submitted any ghost stories, then I'll just read it off the internet. I hope you can hear my voice. Everything is Gucci. Should we start then? Tonight's session. Are you all had your dinner already, or are going to have your dinner? But first thing first, before we start, I want to remind you guys that this week or today is SGVT's anniversary. Today, 19th of October, is SGVT's anniversary. Okay, I forget how old we are, but yeah, it is SGVT's anniversary day today. And also, tonight, SGVT's mascot named Chio will be debuting in at 9:30 p.m. later. So that means I'll be finishing up before 9:30 p.m. Then we will rate that stream together and watch it together. Alright? Let's support our fellow SGVT mascot. Alrighty then. I guess we can start. How are you guys doing? I hope you all are doing great. Is my volume okay? Hopefully it is. Okay. The first story, I'm not gonna it's my own personal experience. So I don't know if you guys know about it. Last Sunday. What day is it? Last Sunday. It was the 15th of October. It was the 15th of October. Me, Rex, who is a fellow SGBT, and his friend, his IRL friend named Dred, went to have a night walk together / ghost hunting. Okay, it was quite early. I think some of you guys have watched the IRL stream on Rex's channel. Yeah, hopefully you guys have watched that. Although there was some internet difficulties, but it is what it is since we are broke to get better internet. But yeah, and it was also quite early. We reached Bukit Batok Nature Park. Okay, Bukit Batok Nature Park at about what is it called? 7 p.m. Yeah, we reached there about 7 p.m. Then we just chilled there. With 6 plus we reached it. Yeah, we reached the park at 6 plus. Then we just waited at the quarry to get to 7 p.m. Yeah, then 7 p.m. we started on our trail. So there were a lot of closures since there were lots of development in the park. Okay, but we walked at a different trail. Okay, it wasn't the extreme trail, it wasn't the steep trail, but we walked at a different trail. The only experience that we caught, okay, was what is it called? was got one time when we passed. I think it was meeting point C or something. I forgot, but we smell. Oh no, meeting point B. Yeah, meeting point B. Dreed firstly smelled something. Yeah, but he don't want to tell us because we made a rule to ourselves. If you experience anything at that location, don't what is it called? Don't call it out. Okay, so Dreed has got uncomfortable. Yeah, has got uncomfortable because he smelled something. Okay, he smelled something. Then when I walked to where Dreed was, then I smelled something. Okay, so but Rex didn't really follow the rule. I think every adventurous or ghost hunters rule where you don't say it, say anything weird or yeah like in Malay we call it tegur. Yeah, like any smell or any sightings at that location until we got out of there. So then Rex didn't follow it. Then he kept on asking, "What is it? What is it?" Then I just laid out that, oh, I smell something flowery, something nice, something nice, flowery. But Dreed smelled something bad. Yeah, he smelled something bad, but I smelled something flowery. Okay, that was somewhat our first experience. Then also a lot of times Rex and Dreed were walking in front of me, and a lot of times they got scared of me. Every time I wanted to drink the water, then I recite the name of Allah, Bismillah. Okay, then every time they look behind, they scared I saw something or what shit. Yeah, they got scared. Then there was also one time which was funny. The leaves at a tree was near a lamppost. It was shaking vigorously. Yeah, but we debunked it and make a theory that it was just an air pocket. Yeah, because all of the leaf at on the tree, all of the rest of the leaf wasn't moving that badly, but it was only that few particular leaf which was moving very vigorously or something like that. Yeah, then we just make a theory in our head. We just be positive and just make our own theory that it was just an air pocket. Yep. And yeah, it wasn't really that much at Bukit Batok Nature Park. Then after that, we walked from Bukit Batok Nature Park. We walked to Little Guilin. Little Guilin was nearer to Bukit Gombak MRT station. Okay, Bukit Gombak MRT station. Beside what is it called? Bukit Gombak Stadium. Okay, so it was way creepier there. Yeah, I felt a little bit more creeped out. Okay, even though I'm just chilling. And at one point, cause it was dark. Yeah, there were some sections at Little Guilin. It was dark. Yeah, I don't know if you have went there. There's like a middle part of the park where you can climb out a mini hill, a small hill. Yeah, or like a mini rock, a large rock. You can climb up there. But when we were going towards there, we saw something white. It was also reflecting on the water. Yeah, we saw something white. It was quite long or something. Okay, it was long. For me, I just think maybe it's just a white tree branch or tree trunk. Yeah, I didn't say anything. Then then Rex kept on asking, "Hey, what is it? What is it?" Then when we got nearer to the location, Dreed climbed up to look at the tree trunk that I thought was a tree trunk, and he said that the white thing was gone. Yeah. So what could it be? What could it be? Yeah. Because I didn't went to check it. Only Dreed went to check it. Then we just after that we just chill at Little Guilin and the end part, the other end of the park, where it was dark. Yeah, so that was somewhat our first experience and my first meeting with Rex and Dred. Yeah, IRL meeting. So it was somewhat like an off collab. So yeah, so that was my experience on Sunday's ghost hunting stream with Rex. Okay, so that is the first story, my own experience. Cause I don't really have a really creepy experience. It's always those around me who got it. Even though I've went to many what's it called, ghost hunting sessions, but yeah, I didn't get to experience it. Yeah, we don't really get to experience it or saw like a ghost or something. Yeah, so that was the latest ghost hunting. Yeah, hopefully, or what we planned. Hopefully, in during December, we'll go again. Okay, hopefully, and also hopefully there will be someone who are willing to drive us around. Yep. All right, we just need a vehicle. If anyone of you in chat, who are down, who can lend your driving skills, yep, please do. Thank you. I appreciate very much. All right, let's move on to our first story from the internet that I got from the internet. Okay. Let me. Oh, I can copy this image. Like I can put up on stream, I guess. Yeah, I think so. Let me see.
Wait.
All right. Let me put up this image. Let me copy this. Oh no, I can't. I can't put up this image. Okay, never mind. So the first story from the internet is going to be about the pocong. The pocong. Okay. Let me try to still put up the picture. Where is it? Okay. Yes. This. Okay. So this is a picture of a pocong. Maybe I should put it here at the chat. Alright. Okay. Okay, I got this story from scaryforkids.com. Yeah, I don't know who wrote it, but I found an article in at scaryforkids.com. Okay, about the pocong. So let's start reading. The pocong is an Indonesian ghost that appears wrapped in its death shroud and hopping through the countryside at night. In Malaysia, this ghost is known as hantu bungkus or the wrapped ghost. Okay, or there are some people call it as gula gula or sweets because they look like the wrapper of sweets. Yeah, the wrapped sweets. Yeah. Okay. Imagine you are out driving late at night and suddenly you have to step on the brakes as a dead body wrapped in white linen and tied with rope comes hopping across the road in front of you. This is the pocong. The pocong's face is pale green, withered and rotting. There are two dark, hollow holes where its eyes should be. It is usually found in villages wandering through the night, jumping up and down as though in search of something or someone. The hantu pocong's leap can range up to 40 or 50 meters. It has also been known to roll along the ground as well. In the Indonesian language, pocong is a cloth shroud that is used to wrap dead body before burial. In Muslim burials, the body is wrapped in the shroud and then it is tied in 3 places: over the head, around the neck, and under the feet. According to legend, the deceased person's soul stays on earth for 40 days after they die. Okay, this is a legend or what is it called? Superstition. After 40 days have passed, the ties have to be released to allow the soul to escape. If the ties aren't released, the dead body will turn into a ghost and jump out of the grave, becoming a pocong. Because its feet are tied together, the pocong can't walk and hops along the road instead. If you encounter the pocong, it won't harm you, but it will follow you wherever you go. It will only attack someone who blocks its path. So, if you ever stumble across a pocong, don't stand in its way or you will regret it. There are only 2 ways to escape from the pocong. You can lie on the ground and pretend to be dead, or you can try and evade it by running down a long, winding road until it loses sight of you. Only when the knots are untied will the ghost stop haunting you. There was a little girl who lived in the kampong, or a village, okay? Kampong is a village. After school, she had to attend religious classes, and each time she went, she had to pass through a small forest. The trees were closely packed and never let any light shine through. The place was always creepy and deserted, and she hated having to pass through the area. One night, she finished her religious classes and was passing through the forest as usual. As she walked, she was scared and kept saying prayers under her breath. All of a sudden, she heard some bumping sounds behind her. Boom, boom, boom. She kept saying her prayers, but the bumping sounds followed her. When she walked slowly, the bumping followed softly. Boom, 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 boom. When she walked fast, the bumping sound grew louder. Boom, 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 boom. Just as she was reaching home, the girl plucked up enough courage to glance behind her. What she saw filled her with horror. It was like a newborn baby, but it was all wrapped up in a white shroud of death. Terrified, she shouted, "Go home! I didn't disturb you, so you shouldn't disturb me." Then she turned and ran home as fast as her legs could carry her. On the way, she heard the bum, bum, bum following her. Desperate to get away, she started dodging through trees and jumping over ditches. Eventually, she went down a long path, turning left and right until she managed to lose the ghost. When she finally got home, she hurriedly washed her legs and face. The next day, she told her mother what she had seen. Her mom said that it was a pocong and told her daughter that she should have hugged it. Okay, the mother tell her to hug the pocong. Okay, many people believe if you are brave enough to wrap your arms around a pocong, you will become very wealthy. Then you should untie the knot over its head and set the soul of the dead person free. So that is the story of the pocong. So yeah, this is just Malay superstition, okay, where where if you are brave enough and you meet a pocong, you hug it and you untie the knot. You will get so hugging it will make you wealthy, and untying the knot over the head will set the soul of the dead person free. So that is just a Malay superstition about the pocong. So that was the first story about the pocong. Yeah, that was our first story from the internet. Okay. So yeah. So if you guys don't know what a pocong is, or yeah, before this, or wondering what a pocong is, the introduction just now to the pocong, I hope you guys know about it now. Okay, which is also part of my law. I'm one too. Okay, moving on. Let me drink some water. Okay. Okay, so just now the story was from Malaysia. Okay, from the internet. And it's a story from written from Malaysia. Okay, the second story is also gonna be from Malaysia too. Okay, the title of the story is called "Spooked by a Pontianak." This is written by Dr. Pola Singh. The year was 1957, and I was only 8. The hit movie Pontianak was being shown to packed cinemas, as the movie had been playing at the Capitol Cinema for over a month. It had become a hot topic of discussion among the folks in Kampung Air Lele, Melaka. Pontianak was a Malay horror film starring the beautiful and charming Maria Menado, who was one of the draws of the movie. It was based on Malay mythology, where a hantu, or ghost, is born when a woman dies during childbirth, but her spirit lives on. The Pontianak kills her victim by using her long fingernails to physically remove their internal organs to be eaten. She can transform herself from a real stunning beauty to a ghostly disfigured person. Terrifying or absorbing, it was certainly a different kind of movie with immense attraction. I have 5 siblings. Then, Ajaib, which was 14 years old, Piaro, 13 years old, Jaib, 9, Hira, 5, and Herban, 4. We were curious to find out what the hoo-ha was all about, so we repeatedly begged Mom to take us to watch it. Being a Tamil movie buff, she ignored our requests. However, more and more interesting anecdotes about this black and white horror movie trickled out. It was the talk of the kampung folk. To get Mom to change her mind, we siblings devised a plan. We decided to be on our best behavior. We cheerfully did all the chores and willingly ran errands for her. One fine day, she told us that she would bring us to watch the movie. We were ecstatic, to say the least. It was an outing we had planned and prayed for a long time. We were very excited and couldn't wait to watch the evening show. As soon as the movie started, stillness enveloped all of us. We watched the movie silently and we hardly moved. There was no chitty chatter and we were too afraid to go to the toilet. Occasionally I would turn sideways and could spy my terrified sisters covering their eyes with their hands during the scary scenes. It was clear that all of us were not enjoying the movie and were just waiting for it to end. We were relieved when the movie was finally over. Hardly speaking to one another, we took 2 trishaws to reach home. Drama unfolded as soon as we reached home. It didn't help that our house was at the base of a cemetery called Bukit Cina, with hundreds of graves in front of our house. Suddenly, we all felt frightened at being alone in our own home. We dared not to go to our separate rooms to change our clothes. Instead, we decided to have dinner first. Our kitchen was a separate unit, 10 meters from our main house. We grouped together and went to the kitchen simultaneously. We gobbled our dinner without saying a word. No one dared to talk about the movie, but deep down inside, we knew that the creepy movie had terrified us. Image of the Pontianak was running wild in our imagination. We were afraid that the Pontianak, in seeking revenge, would pounce on us. As long as we were together, we felt safe. As fate would have it, we were forced to make another trip to the kitchen as we had forgotten something. No one wanted to budge. I was supposed to be the bravest of them all, but I too was petrified. What if I was attacked while in the kitchen? Mom then ordered my elder brother, Jaib, to accompany me. I wanted a torchlight but I couldn't find one, so I held my brother's hand tightly as we ran to the kitchen. Just before the kitchen door was fully opened, I visualized a queer figure sitting at the dining table, beckoning. My inner voice asked, could it be Pontianak? Oh no, I did not want to be the Pontianak's next victim. I froze. I did not scream or shout. I did not relate to this to my brother later. Jaib then switched on the lights and there was nobody in the kitchen. I heaved a sigh of relief. I quickly grabbed what I needed and ran back, leaving my brother to close the kitchen door. I was shivering uncontrollably and I angrily told Mom I would not go to the kitchen again. It was a night to remember. No prizes for guesses if we had a restful sleep that night. It was the first and last time Mom would ever take us to watch a horror movie. The movie remained a favorite topic of discussion among the kampong folk, but I stayed away. I vowed never to watch a scary movie again. It took some time for the ghastly images to disappear from my mind. So, the writer of this story convinced their mom to bring his sibling to watch old movie. Yeah, it was a 1957 movie of Pontianak. Yeah, which is a Malay movie, Malay horror film. Yeah. Then I think because he was scared and he visualized something that he is scared of in the dark. Yeah, so maybe that was what happened. So that was the story of the Pontianak. Let me remove the photo of the pocong. Okay. So, how are you guys enjoying the story so far? Yeah, so if it's boring or too short, it was because it's somewhat last minute. I just found all of these stories at 7 p.m. just now. So, yeah. Okay, the next two set of stories, okay, will be from the Smart Local. Okay. It's a ghost story shared by Singaporeans. Bismillah. Okay. Okay, the first one, the first set of stories will be 13 different story from the Smart Local. Okay. So the first bit or the first story, mini story, the sender is an anonymous. Okay, the sender is an anonymous, so we don't know yet. We don't know who the sender is. But the title of the first mini story is called The Soul Reaper. Used to live in a landed property, and one time I heard my dad let out the most drawn out, blood-curdling scream I've ever heard in my life. Like full-on horror movie type of scream at around 2 a.m. and 3 a.m. Then I heard footsteps shuffling up the staircase really slowly. No one was awake at the time, as my room was directly in front of the staircase. I realized, with growing horror, that there was something in the house. and it was headed straight for my room. I did what any terrified teen would do. I hid under my blankets. My stupid ass at that time hated sleeping with the doors closed, and for some reason, I placed a full-length mirror right in front of my bed. Then, I heard it stop right outside my door, and I just knew if I picked up on my blankets, I'd either see it IRL or in the mirror. I don't exactly remember what happened next, but the thing didn't do anything else, and I think I just laid under the blanket, scared out of my wits, right until the time I usually woke up. Of course, I had to ask my dad why he was screaming in the middle of the night, and he told me this. Basically, he dreamt that he saw himself on the bed, and was a black shadow or something standing over him and trying to rip his freaking soul out of his body. He was screaming both out of pain and in terror, and the only reason why he was alright was because another white light. He said it felt like my late grandmother was there, trying to protect him from whatever demon this thing was. It didn't happen again, but until today, we still have no idea what that thing was. But that was the scariest thing I've experienced. I keep my doors closed at all times now. The second story is titled The Unexpected Goodbye. This is written or submitted by Li Xing. Okay, submitted to the Smart Local. Yeah, I'm reading it off the Smart Local. This is another short story called The Unexpected Goodbye. There's this belief that when someone in the family passes, their soul will linger on earth for 7 days before they move on. My grandma passed before Chinese New Year back in 2009. So my relatives and I were waiting for her to appear, especially my dad being the youngest and closest to her. On the 7th day, my dad was away, so my mom asked me to sleep in the master bedroom with her so she wouldn't be alone. My parents usually sleep with a nightlight which was on and music which hadn't been turned on yet. I was lying on my dad's side of the bed and my mom went to the kitchen to smoke. I heard snoring in the room. In my head I was like, oh, the F word? What the F word? Because I was the only person in the room. So I said out loud, Popo, if you are here, can you wait for me to sleep first before you sleep? Because I'm scared if you are really here. Then the snoring stopped. I freaked out and covered myself with a blanket to try to sleep. That night, in my dreams, I got scolded by my grandma for being scared of her. But she told me that I was the easiest person for her to reach out to and that she didn't have much time before she had to go. She gave me some messages to pass to my relatives too. I woke up the next morning tearing up, but I recorded everything she said to my dad via WhatsApp and he passed the message to my relatives. So that was a story by Li Xing. Yeah, so there's a belief where a family passes will come back after the 7th day. Yeah. Yeah, not they will come back for the 7th day, but they will stay on Earth for 7 days, yeah, before they move on. So this is I think mostly in the Chinese community, yeah, this is their belief about this. Okay. But for us Muslims, those who die, they will go straight away to God. Okay? They will return back to God straight away. Those who stay is their companion, their jinn companion. Yeah, which is similar to them. So that is our belief. Okay. Let me drink more water. Lack of personal space. This is the third mini story, Lack of Personal Space, written by Kai. This happened when I was in the army during BMT, and it was my first supernatural experience ever. It was during field camp on the first night. I had finally fallen asleep at about midnight when I heard heavy breathing in my face. It sounded like someone panting heavily, and it was really in my face. My eyes were closed and I thought it was my buddy, so I wanted to tell him to shut up. But when I opened my eyes, I saw my buddy asleep on the other side. I instantly froze with fear because there was nothing there. I just shut my eyes, hoping it wouldn't return, and eventually fell asleep. The next morning, I asked my buddy and he said he slept soundly and didn't experience anything weird. Nothing happened the next night, so I brushed the experience off as my mind playing tricks on me since I was tired from training. Or it was just a nightmare. The night after that, we moved to a new location. We were tasked to dig our own graves, and I was the unlucky one who was placed at the far end where I had to dig next to this huge tree. The night we had to sleep in our graves. That night we had to sleep in our graves. Then, the same thing happened again. That heavy breathing in my face, but this time there was no tent covering me. I was out in the open and this invisible thing was just breathing heavily in my face once again. I was scared shitless and could only close my eyes and pray in my head that it would go away, which it eventually did. That was my ghost experience in Tekong, in Pulau Tekong during my BMT days. Company line is surprisingly clean. It's just the forest area that's dirty, in my opinion. So that's a story by Kai. During BMT, National Service BMT, Basic Military Training in Pulau Tekong, he got disturbed by an entity which only just breathed heavily in front of him. Yeah, in front of his face. That's all. Okay. The fourth mini story, is titled The Sleep Demon. This is written by Julian. Okay, this is one of the shorter one. Yeah. I was studying for my O levels, so I had really irregular sleeping hours. One night, at about 4 a.m., I woke up suddenly. I could feel my skin touching the blanket, but I couldn't move anything. Not even my eyes. My breathing started to become ragged. Being unable to move or see was pretty unsettling. At that moment, I felt someone sitting at the edge of my bed, and that weight was moving closer to me. It shifted from left to right, like hands and feet making a slow crawl towards me. I swear, I could even hear the bed creaking. Soon, that thing was sitting on my chest, and I found it hard to breathe. There was a ringing in my ears, and I desperately tried to pry open my eyes. I finally did, and to my horror, I saw dark figures around me, shuffling around the room. I heard them muttering something incomprehensible. I said my own prayers in my head. After about 30 seconds of praying, I could finally wiggle free from my paralysis. I went to my parents' room to tell them about it, and they said, "Young people like that one, go sleep." So yeah, so that's just typical Asian parent, you know. And you never disturb an Asian parent sleep at night. So yeah, he kinda sleep paralysis or sleeping demon or something like that. Yeah. So that story was from Julian about sleep paralysis. Yeah, I've heard a lot of stories too, where people got sleep paralysis and stuff. Some say that it was just tired. Yeah, I think that's what sleep paralysis is. When what is it called? Your mind is still awake, but your body is really tired. Yeah, that's why you can't move your body, but your consciousness is already awake or yeah, you are aware of your surroundings. So that is sleep paralysis. Yeah. The fifth story. This is titled The Resort Guest. This is written by Chris. This was in 2015 when vacationing in Batam was all the rage. I had booked a Valentine's Day staycation with my partner at a pretty popular resort there. And even though the bungalow villa was way too big for the both of us, we enjoyed the privacy. But an experience had us rethinking if we were really by ourselves. See, we headed out for dinner at the resort's restaurant, which we travelled to via a buggy service. After dinner, on the way back, our buggy was heading down slope towards our villa, when my boyfriend commented that we could actually look into the unit's interiors from the windows. It was then that I turned and saw the back of someone's head, with long hair in a bungalow unit. To our surprise, the buggy driver said that we'd reached and we realized that it was our unit that we saw someone inside. However, when we entered, there wasn't anyone inside. We even wondered if it was the cleaner, but there was no exit other than the one we had entered from. Feeling a tad shaken, we pretended like we didn't see anything. But within 30 minutes, I felt uncomfortable and suggested staying in the bedroom for the rest of the night. Feeling so spooked, I even locked the bedroom door for good measure. We didn't talk about what we both saw until we were on the ferry back to Singapore. I shared this story with friends, and some of them had similar uncomfortable stories about this particular resort too. I wonder where it is. Which resort in Batam? I wonder. But yeah, it's typical. Let me drink more water. So that was a story from Chris about renting out a resort in Batam. Okay, where they stayed in a bungalow, and when they were returning from going outside during the night, when they were returning back to their bungalow at night, they saw someone, yeah, and on their balcony. Mm-hmm. No, they saw someone inside the house. So that was the story about a Singaporean went for a Valentine's Day vacation in Batam. Okay, the sixth story is the sender is anonymous, the writer is anonymous. Okay, but the title is The Shower Buddy. This happened in my aunt's house in Malaysia about 1 year ago. I was taking a shower in the master bedroom's bathroom, which is on the second level. No one else was there. Halfway through, I heard a male voice calling my nickname. I thought it was my grandfather at first, since it's a nickname that only my grandparents use. But as I was about to respond, I suddenly recalled that before I went into the shower, I walked past my grandfather's room and he was asleep. Plus, he hardly goes into the master bedroom. Also, my grandfather is pretty old, so his voice is quite weak. But the voice was clear and loud, so I felt really weird about it and decided not to respond. Instead, I used my phone. Yes, I bring my phone into the shower with me. Same bro. To call my sister to come up. I asked her if anyone else was in the master bedroom and she said no. After I showered, I realized my grandfather was still asleep in his own bedroom, so it couldn't have been him. The rest of the family said everyone was downstairs at that time and no one went upstairs at all, so it couldn't have been anyone in my family. So, who was it? I have no idea. Also, this isn't the first time something eerie has happened. A few years back, when my sister and I were in the master bedroom, we heard someone knocking the balcony door super late at night. We really freaked out because no one was in the balcony and it was facing outside. So it either means someone climbed onto our balcony or what could it be? So that was the shower buddy. Yeah, next story, yeah, is called The Cat. This is the 7 short story from the Smart Local. Okay, this is called The Cat. This is titled as The Cat. It's written by YY Fong. Okay. I'm not sure if this really happened or not. I used to live in a low-level flat where my bedroom faced a side street. I had a habit of not wearing my glasses even though I had slightly blurry eyesight. Anyway, one night I came home late, a bit tipsy but very unconscious. I looked out the window while getting ready for bed and saw something sitting on a manhole. I tried to take I tried to make out what it was. It looked like an infant, grey in color, just sitting there. And it looked like it was fiddling with a toy, tapping it on the tarmac much like an infant would. Since I was tipsy and my eyesight was blurry, I told myself it was a cat and went to bed. Okay, that is possible, yeah, because you are tipsy and stuff. Yeah, that's the end of the story. Yeah, that's a quite fast and short story. Because the writer was tipsy and they saw something sitting on the manhole, and it looked like what is it called? Mm, a small kid. Okay, but if it's a small kid infant, if in Malay superstition, there's a ghost called Toyo. Okay, it resembles an infant or a small kid. Let me show you guys this photo. It's also in this. Yeah, this is the ghost. Yep, this is the ghost. A Toyo. Okay, there's a misconception that a Toyo is green. Okay, but from what I've heard, okay, also from what is it called? From those who practice the dark arts or the black magic, that yeah, Toyo is not really green. Yeah, they can be different colors too. Yeah, that's what I heard from those who meddle with the dark arts. So there was a story about the Toyo. Okay, next. This is the 8th story. This is written by G. Okay, the writer just put it as G. And the title of this short story, the 8th short story, is called The Mysterious Voice. Every Saturday, I stay over at my boyfriend's house, and on Sunday morning we drive out to buy breakfast. On weekend, his younger brother told us that he wanted to join us to buy breakfast, so we set our alarms to 8:30 a.m. and went to sleep. The next morning, we were getting ready to go. We saw that the common toilet was occupied, so naturally my boyfriend and I thought that his younger brother was inside. My boyfriend said, "Eh?" And we heard a reply from the toilet. My boyfriend continued to say, "We wait for you downstairs," and heard another reply from the toilet. I walked down the stairs and saw the brother sitting on the sofa waiting for us. I literally jumped and asked the brother if he was messing with us and talking to us from the toilet. He denied it, and when I went up to check, the toilet door was closed, but no one was inside. So whose voice could it be? So probably when the boyfriend was asked, "We wait for you downstairs," and heard another reply from the toilet, probably the voice is yeah, just like yeah, agreeing. So whose voice could it be? I wonder. The 9th story. Okay, number 9. This is okay. This person put their name as the tall lady, which is also the title of this short story called The Tall Lady. 15 years ago, I was 10 and alone at home. There was a thunderstorm, and it was dark and raining on a no school day. I was watching cartoons on the sofa. My sofa was facing the kitchen and the toilet was on the left. Damn, those were the times when we are young and just we can spend our whole day watching cartoons. Well, that's more probably some of us now too. Not cartoons but animes. But those happy-go-lucky years that we had already passed. Continue on. All of a sudden, I heard a loud thunderclap. It was the loudest I've ever heard, and the light from the outside flickered throughout the entire kitchen. It was at that moment that a tall lady stepped out of the kitchen. She was like a shadow, all black, so I couldn't see her face and all. All I know is that she was tall with long hair, and no one in my family was that tall. Another thunderclap came along with the flicker, and she was gone. I was completely frozen. I cried and called my mom to hurry back home right after. I never saw the tall lady again after that, but feared to meet her again in the future. So, yeah. So there's a belief during thunderstorms. It was, and yeah, when you see thunder and stuff, is that the Satan or devils escaped hell, and the thunders were meant to smite them, smite these devils. So the tall lady is a devil, so most probably it was during that time where they are roaming around and trying to find a place to take shelter from the thunder. Yeah, that is my belief lah. Okay, next. This is also written by another anonymous sender or another anonymous writer. Okay, and it's titled as Seeing Double. Okay, Seeing Double. So let's so Seeing Double, just like this photo of the Spider-Man. Okay, so Seeing Double. This happened during one of my polytechnic camps a few years ago. Because I was quite fair and had long hair at that time, I was tasked to be the scare person for one of the night walks activities, so I had to dress up as a ghost. Apparently, many people felt that the atmosphere was a little off when the game started. As it went on, some people began seeing things, and we had to cancel the event and end the night halfway through. I myself did not see anything, but one of my seniors who could see stuff said that he saw two of me in the same room. The ghost was actually a little girl who wanted to play and join in on the fun, so she made herself look like me. Yeah, I went to camps before, but never really had this type of camps where you have night walks, and yeah, either getting scared by a real person or just normal night walk. Yeah, I think there's a famous camp near, what is it called, Dairy Farm. Yeah, it's quite infamous for their night walks. Yeah, because there are lots of times where people, or at least every people who camp there, they will at least have some eyewitnesses that they saw something at Dairy Farm camp. Yeah. So yeah, all of the camps that I've went to, there was no night walk, so it was quite boring. Yeah. Okay, moving on. This is written by Shermaine Tang. Okay, which was submitted to the Smart Local, and this 11th story is titled as The Vanishing Item. This happened at my old home. I realized that the deodorant that I used daily was missing. So I told my mom about it, and she looked for it for 2 whole days. Okay, mind you, my mom's a typical Asian mom, and she never allows her corner to go unsearched. Still, she didn't find it. Okay, so yeah, that is every Asian mom ever. Okay, when you can't find shit, And for some reason, it mysteriously appeared back to the place where that youth already checked. And yeah, they found it. They can find it. Yeah. But this weird story is that this typical Asian mom can't find it. Okay? So they search, the mom searched everywhere. I was applying lotion that night. It placed right beside where I usually place my deodorant. Wondering how it could have gone missing, while staring at its empty spot. Then I left my room, closed the door, and went to my mom's room to ask her for a new one. This whole process took less than 2 minutes, and everyone else was in their own rooms. I went back to my room, and the deodorant was back at its spot, beside the lotion. My house wasn't big, and it was clear that my room door never opened. That was the last straw. Apart from all the odd noises and missing socks and dark shadows my sister and I sometimes saw. He moved out within a month after the incident. Ooh, so yeah, the ghost is just wanting to play. What is it called? Play around, fool around with them. I think that's every. If you buy a house, okay. Ghosts. Okay, this is my theory. Ghosts or devils will mess with you, so that you will evict the house and they get the house for themselves. Yeah, that is my theory. So they will mess with you, they will scare you and stuff, just so that you can get the house to themselves, and they will get more rowdy, so that when to the next person that you will sell to, they won't buy it because it has that creepy vibe in the house. Okay. Number 12, the bedroom gas. This happened during the Hungry Ghost month this year. I have this habit of going out to buy supper, groceries, and snacks at late hours, usually after 11 p.m. and I continue this habit even during the Hungry Ghost month. Okay? I think this happened on either the 14th or 15th day of the Hungry Ghost festival. I went out to buy supper at around 2 a.m., tapao it, or packed the food, and went home. There was nothing amiss until I went to sleep at about 4 a.m. I sleep in a very unusual way. The blanket covers me completely, so I'm hidden out inside, with pillows around me. I'm not the type who can instantly fall asleep, so I will idle in bed for at least 15 minutes before I eventually drift off to dreamland. That night, after approximately 15 minutes, I felt this odd sensation of footsteps on top of my blanket. It was very light, like as if a toddler was trampling on my bed sheet, and I could really feel the blanket being passed down like it was moving from left to right. I just remained still under my blanket while these footsteps continued to move up to my waist level, and it was slowly approaching my face level, where I decided to man up and confront it. I pushed the blanket aside and got up, but there was nothing in my room. I was drenched in cold sweat, and mind you, my room is usually cold whenever I sleep at night at about 21 degrees Celsius. I went back to sleep and nothing happened after that. The next night, I slept around 4 a.m. again, and this time I was awakened by my bed shaking. I got up and it stopped. Whatever this thing bothering me was, it seemed really mischievous. This invisible force trampling on my bed thing happens from time to time till today. It can sometimes happen on consecutive nights, and sometimes there won't be activity for up to a week. Now I've grown accustomed to it, but couldn't be unbothered anymore. This is written by Kai. Damn. Yeah. If they don't really scare you, they just walk on your bed only. Yeah, this guy is not the luckiest person. The ghost will only disturb them only by walking on their bed. Okay, so that's why he can still be able to get accustomed to it, to the ghost just walking on his bed late at night or for consecutive nights even. So yeah, is one of the lucky ones. But yeah, I think if it's something more what is it called, rabak, okay, more worse, yeah, probably he will either move houses or call someone to bless his home. Yeah, but it was also it's also could be the ghost, asking for company since this guy always sleeps late at night or 4 a.m. Okay, in the morning. So yeah, could be just the ghost wanted to fool around and ask for company. Could be just that. Okay, this is the 13th story. This is written by Charmaine. Okay, which was submitted to the smartlocal.com. The title is The Worst Night Ever. I was 10, and it was at this resort in East Malaysia. We were traveling as two families, and it was all jolly and fun until the second night. As the youngest siblings of both families, my friend and I ended up sleeping in the room opposite the kitchen. It was the only room on the first level of the bungalow. Right before sleeping on the second night, my friend and I had a squabble over a game we played, and she ended up going to sleep with her parents. I was extremely stubborn and insisted I'd be fine sleeping alone despite my parents' offer to sleep with them. Worst choice ever. It was around 12:30 a.m. to 1 a.m. and it started getting very cold. I was adjusting the aircon when I heard knocks on the window panes. It went from one pane to another, and every single pane was knocked twice. Knock, 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 knock. I froze, not knowing if it was my ears playing tricks on me, but it didn't end there. At around 2:30 a.m., I heard furniture moving in the living room, and it was loud. I stepped outside my room and saw that the dining chairs were scattered all over the dining area. I put the chairs back in their place and went into the living room. The moment I sat on the sofa, the TV turned on by itself, displaying nothing but black and white static. Just when I was about to reach for the remote, it turned off by itself. My tears were flowing, but I didn't dare to make a sound. I walked to my room, and then I heard a sound coming from the kitchen. In the kitchen, I saw a pile of what looked like a black and white static, and it turned out to be a whole lot of ants on a white cloth. I let out a small scream, and the back door suddenly opened. The wind was super strong by then, and when I tried to close the door, it wouldn't budge, like there was a force pulling it from the outside. Then it yielded, and I couldn't suddenly close it. At this point, I was like, okay, I'm going out to sleep with my parents. I did a time check, and it was 5:30 a.m. As we were supposedly to wake up at 6:30 a.m. for breakfast. I decided to suck it up since it was just 1 more hour. Another mistake. I went to the upstairs living room, which had another set of sofas, a TV, and a small coffee table. It had a small balcony too. I sat down and finally dozed off after quite a few minutes. Then the knocks came again. This time it was just 3 full-length glass panes, but there was 3 to 5 knocks on each pane, to and fro, non-stop. Knock, 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 knock. While I was staring at it in horror, the TV turned on again, showing the same black and white static before turning off again. I did a time check on my watch and it was 6:15 a.m. already. I calmed myself down, went into my parents' room, and acted like I was there to wake them up. This happened in 2004 at a resort which apparently had a few murders, and I only found out from Crime Watch 6 months later. Okay, so if you guys don't know, Crime Watch is a Singaporean crime show, which is based on true story. Okay, so yeah, so that resort has been a place of few murders in East Malaysia. Okay, that resort. Damn, the resort seems quite huge, so it can fit 2 families, and there's living room downstairs and the living room at the second level too. That is so cool. Yeah. But yeah, that it seems big and it can fit 2 families. I see, I see. Yeah, so that is the 13 mini stories. Okay. By from the smart local that I've read. Okay. We have another 8 Singaporean office ghost stories that will want to make you to work from home forever. Okay. So 8 more stories. Then I'll end off the stream. Then we will rate Chio SGVT for their debut. Okay, our SGVT mascot debut. Okay, let's watch it together later when we rate them. Or if there's no one in chat, I will just end the stream and what is it called? And watch it after this. Okay. So Singaporean office ghost stories. So the first story is written by Zin. Okay. Shadowed home by a Pontianak. I was OTing or overtiming. It was about 10:30 p.m. and I was the last person in the office. I packed to leave, turned off the office lights and went downstairs to wait for my Grab. I was hoping for some company, but the security uncle was not there. I was all alone. A small tree branch fell in front of me and logically I thought it was probably a bird. So I ignored it. By then, I could see my Grab coming, but the car stopped at the start of the road and didn't drive all the way into the pickup point where I was waiting. I called the Grab uncle to ask if he could follow through to the end of the road where I was, but he said that he couldn't see the end of the road and it looked as if he was already at a dead end. I could clearly see on the GPS that he was only about 500 meters away from me. So I asked him to stay where he was and I would walk towards his car. When I was close enough to the car near him, he wound down the window and shouted for me to run. Thinking he was trying to save me from a 5-minute late fee, I ran. Now, I was safely in the car, but things got weirder. On the expressway, he wound down all of the windows and started playing Quranic verses. Okay? I asked him why he was doing that, and he said it was because when I was walking towards the cat, he saw a Pontianak floating behind me. So that's why he asked me to run for my life. At that point, there was a sudden distinct smell of frangipani in the car, which was why he insisted on keeping the windows open. I eventually reached home, but before I left the cab, he asked me to cleanse myself properly the moment I got home. And somehow, before I reached my lift lobby, I had a sudden urge to turn back to look at the uncle. What I saw really freaked me out. The uncle got out of his driver's seat, went to the passenger seat, and opened the door as if he was letting someone out. There was no one there. Damn, that is creepy. So you're going back from overtiming at work, and there's something following you back home. But thank God, the pakcik Grab, turn on Quranic verses, and he's brave to let something out, to let the Pontianak out. Okay, the second story, it's written by Nina or Nina. Okay, this is titled as Knocking Sounds and Rattling Doorknobs During 7th Month. This happened when I had a job working in a small production house somewhere in the Bukit Batok industrial area. The office building houses car rental businesses on the ground floor, while its upper floors are filled with shops selling Chinese prayer materials. Alhamdulillah. Sorry, suddenly there's a lot of air. Okay. Okay, some of them even have Chai Sheni, which is the CNY god of fortune, standing guard outside the shops. Sometime during Ghost Month, I was OTing. I was overtiming on this urgent submission with a colleague when the office phone started ringing incessantly. My colleague took one for the team and answered the phone, but there was no one on the other line. She could only hear deep breathing. We brushed it off, thinking it was a prank. But soon after, there were knocks on the main door that we could hear from inside the suite. The possibility of hearing this from where we were, deep inside the suite, was close to zero, and yet, no. We were really spooked and decided to head home. But just as we were about to open the main door, the door handle kept rattling as if someone was trying to break in. I took one for the team and pulled the door open, but there was no one on the other side. Side note, we didn't meet the submission deadline. Yeah, because they had to go back home. In the same week, there was another spooking occurrence. My colleague was OTing alone in the office and said he saw me walking to my workstation. He then texted me to ask me why I was OTing that day. The thing is, I was already at home. Damn. Office ghost stories. This is cool. Okay, the next story is written by Raywin, which is submitted to the Smart Local. Okay, and the title of the story is Keyboard Clicking Sounds from an Empty Desk. My old office, there was a salesperson who wasn't hitting his sales targets. So on a trip overseas, he bought a couple of amulets and prayer flags that was supposed to bless him with more business acumen. Back in Singapore, he set up this tiny altar on his desk, which was right behind me, with the amulets, flags, and bright green pieces of jade. I'm not sure if sales ever picked up for him, but he did bring back something sinister in those amulets. Since I often OT'd till 3 AM or later, I would usually be the last one in the office. My desk was right behind his, and I would feel this cold and dark energy looming from behind me, like somebody was watching me. Being a Christian, it never bothered me. I would pray and the energy would dissipate. Something I chalk it up to fatigue. I mean, multiple days of clocking 9 AM to 3 AM hours would make anyone feel like they were hallucinating, right? Then came the clicking on the keyboards. Fellow editor and I heard it one night. Someone was furiously typing away at the back of the office. Naturally, we thought someone else was clocking OT too. We called out to whoever it was and asked if they wanted to order food with us on Grab. No answer, but the typing got louder. We walked over and the typing stopped. Very strange, we chose to ignore it. My colleague decided to bring sage in the next day and cleanse the place. We thought we'd be okay after that, but we were proven wrong later that night. That night, a Friday, while we were working on some things, we heard books crashing down from a shelf. I thought the books had been placed askew, and gravity had led to them falling off the shelf. So I went to pick up the books and place them on the shelf again. This time, stacked parallel to the floor, so there wouldn't be a chance of them falling. I went back to work, and not even 2 minutes later, the same stack of books had fallen off the shelf again. This time, my colleague and I knew that whatever was here was demanding attention from us, and it was angry. We quickly packed up and left. I prayed again over the office while we were switching off the lights, asking God to not let this thing follow us home. When we came back to work on Monday, the books were back on the shelf. Maybe someone had put them back. We weren't sure. Out of curiosity, I asked around if anyone had similar experiences, and many others also claimed that they had either heard random typing noise or felt something lurking around them if they worked late at night. We even asked the salesperson with the amulets if he'd noticed anything unusual, but he was hesitant to share. He kept telling us it was all in our heads and there was no such things as ghosts or spirits. But it kind of seemed like he knew these supernatural occurrences had something to do with the things he had brought in. By the next day, his altar was gone. Most of it had been packed up and brought home. We never had another Freaky Friday like that ever again. So due to the altar that this colleague had set up, which he had bought overseas and set up, the office workers got what is it called? Got spooked by it. So I guess that'll be the last what is it called? Last story. Okay. That'll be the last story of today's or tonight's stream. Okay. To those who came, I'm really grateful. To those who came, and I hope you got spooked at least with any of the stories. Yeah. But anything, don't let it bother you that much, since this is just a story. And yeah, just saying, don't blame me if you get anything. Yeah, you get spooked, or you had nightmares. You are going to have nightmares if you have nightmares later tonight. Okay, just don't blame me. You are here, to watch. Okay, so obviously I do recognize this type of occurrences do happen, but yeah, just don't bother them, or just don't bother. Yeah, because the more we are scared of them, the more they will appear and manifest with our fear. Yeah, so that is what I believe. They will manifest with our fear. These ghosts, these entities, these spirits, or whatever you call it, or Satan or devil, they will manifest with our fear and they'll make us scared. Yeah, and make us forget about God. Which we should fear God more than anything else. So I hope you guys enjoyed the stories that I've said. What is it called? That I've read tonight. What is it? I hope you also enjoyed how I read the stories, or how I storytell it, or the vibe it is. Okay. If you have any recommendations on what should I stream on what should I stream, or how should I improve my stream, or these storytelling streams, okay, please do you can DM me, or anytime when I stream you can say it in chat. Okay. What is it called? If I've said anything hurtful, anything that is uncomfortable or weird, or might hurt your feelings, please do forgive me. I'm so sorry if I had done that. And yeah, if you love my content, okay, if you love my content, you can follow me on my updates of stream on twitter.com or x.com, and you can also give a follow to my Twitch channel. Okay, so I will reroute you guys, or raid, okay, stay for the raid to Chio SGVT mascot debut. Let me check Twitter whether they are going to start the stream soon or not. Let me check Twitter. Yeah, do stay for the raid too. Yeah, since today is also SGVT's anniversary, you know. Okay. Let me look at Chio. Are they going to start the stream soon? Okay. The new mascot is gonna be Chio. Yeah, their name is Chio. Yeah. SGVTuber's mascot. Let's look at their what is it called? Their bio. before I rate you guys to their debut stream. Okay, let's add an image. Let's look at it together. Okay. Ah, so this is Chio. Okay, the art and rigging is gonna be by Bryce Singaman. Okay, so this is Chio. I don't know if you guys can see. Okay, do give them a support later. So SG VTubers official L2D mascot Chio. Okay, follow them on their Twitter. Okay, affiliated with SG VTubers. Resident Sprout mod member of Discord, supporting SG VTubers. Birthday 19 October. Model review date 9 August 2023. Yeah, they revealed their model. Okay, their what is it called? Model sheet on National Day. Okay, their likes: VTubers, BBT, bubble tea, durian, flowers, cute animals. Their dislikes: heavy durians with no flesh. So that means where the what is it called? The seed is much more than the flesh. Okay. Hobbies: watching Singapore VTubers. Okay, their dream to build a united LGBT community, not company. Yeah. Yeah, I also do have what is it called? Goal to till next year's anniversary, LGBT anniversary, where by then we will have, or I want to try to make or compose official LGBT music. Yeah. So it's like maybe it could be like an idol music, okay, like Shiny Smile Story from Hololive, or could also be like Diamond City Lights from what's it called? Niji Sanji N. Yeah, it's something like that. But this song will be for every LGBT. Yeah. So they'll recognize us from these songs. Yeah, that is my goal for next year, hopefully. Okay. So guys, please do give a support to Chio. I'm gonna reroute you guys to Chio's chat. Let me see. Let me set up the rate. Okay. Chio. Okay, they are going to debut in a few minutes time. Okay. Are they gonna start soon? Let me read up. Yeah, I think they are going to start. I think. Yeah, 9:30 p.m. Yeah, correct. Okay. I'm going to reroute you guys or rate. Let's rate together to Chio's chat and watch Chio's debut stream, okay? So I'll start the raid. Okay, even though they haven't start streaming, I'll wait until they start streaming, then we will start the raid, okay? Chio SGBT. I don't know if we can even rate them. Maybe they haven't started streaming because, or they didn't turn on the rate option. Could be that. Could be that. Yeah. I'll just wait to see. Come on, let's go. Yeah, I started tonight's stream earlier since I don't want to overlap with SGBT's mascot debut Chill SGBT. Okay. I don't want to overlap with their debut stream. I'm waiting. Waiting for the stream to start. It's 9:30. It's 9:30. 9:30. Are they gonna start their stream? Let's see. Yeah, still together. Alright. Thank you for your patience. Yeah, have you guys seen Calliope Morris' new original song is gonna be a collab with Metal Gear. Yeah, it's gonna be released tomorrow. That's cool. everyone was either hoping it could be Pomu from Niji Sanji or what is it called? Or Pekora from Hololive JP, since Hideo Kojima is a Nusagi. Yeah. Are they going to start soon? Wait, is it on? Are they going to wait? Are they going to debut on Twitch or what is it called? Or YouTube? Let me see. I also didn't pay attention. Chill. Yeah, they are going to debut on Twitch. Still waiting. 9:30. Are they gonna start? Their stream? Says GBT. Let me look. Not too sure myself. Oh, okay, they started their stream. Alright, they started their stream. Okay, they didn't turn on the raid. Okay, so we can't raid Chio. Okay. So let's I'll give you guys the what is it called? The link. Okay. Yeah, we tweet it on my x.com. Okay, there is the link. Okay, I'm gonna end all the stream. Let's watch Chio's debut together. Okay. Yeah, we still can rate Chio kan. Yeah, we can. Okay, I guess that's all from me today. Thank you for coming to the next stream. Also guys, sama Dashta, and see you guys next week. Bye bye. Sorry for not knowing that we can't rate Chio, but please do go and watch them now. Okay, bye bye.